from terrified of being broke to a 7-figure portfolio and real financial freedom by 69. So from 63, almost broke, to 69, a millionaire, then soon, shortly after that, a multimillionaire.
You found the Live Local Marketing podcast, where business owners share their knowledge about what's working in the market today. No fluff, just their experiences and stories from people who are making it happen. And if authentic, practical marketing resonates with you, be sure to visit livelocalwarmmarketing.com and learn to grow your business on warm marketing referrals. Now, on to the show. Welcome. Thanks for joining us for the Live Local Business Owners Podcast. Today we're with David. David, sir, how are we feeling today?
Great, Billy. I'm thrilled to be here with you today. Thanks.
That's awesome. So we're going to have you give a quick one sentence about your business and then just start picking your brain about how you run your business and how you market it.
Well, my business, I started in a very tough situation in my life. It's a B2B, kind of a specialty insurance type business. And I love my clients. It's kind of boring topic, but my clients are great. My son works with me now. And last year was the best year of our history, and it's doing fantastic.
So sometimes the most boring businesses are the most necessary ones. Like people are like, God, I don't really like insurance. But then when it's time to need insurance, they're like, thank goodness I have insurance. It's one of those deals where it's like they want to know about it, but they don't want to know about it. So this is going to be fun. Are you ready for the questions?
I am ready.
All right, cool. Talk to us about why or what you love most about your job.
I think it's my clients. I really do. I try to, one of the things that I, maybe if you want to call it a superpower, it sounds kind of egotistical, but I don't mean it that way. Yeah, but my clients, they stay with me. In other words, I've had some really tough competitors trying to steal them from me. And they tell me, that guy put you down and you put your business down. It seems like it made them more loyal to me. They were like defending me, And so I think I just really try to give them the best service I can. That's my marketing thing. Once I get a client, it's really hard for me to lose them unless it's a mutual thing, like we're just not really fit for each other, and then we're both happy. But most of the time, I've had my clients for the whole time I've been doing this, almost for close to 10 years, and they know me, they trust me. When there's a problem, I'm there for them. And my son's working with me now, so I don't go out to see him as much as I used to. Maybe once a month I visit my clients, but my son visits them on the other, so they see us twice a month. Yeah. And I love the relationship with them, and I love helping them succeed in any way I can help them succeed.
So 10 years of client retention. I would not be a good host if I was like, listen, you need to give us some tips. Like, how do you keep a client for 10 years? You said just now that you visit them, like you physically visit them once or twice. Oh, yeah. Is that what you do?
Once a month I visit them. Once a month I visit them. It's a B2B. I mean, their business.
Yeah.
So once a month I visit them, and then the other off time my son goes by himself. Okay, then he goes with me when I go visit him. But then I send him an email every week, some kind of a group, a group email. And then I also send them a mail or a postcard every month. So I'm always there because see, they're selling my products, exactly what they're doing. So I need to keep myself in the front of their mind. And even if I can't talk to them, if they just see me when I stop by, they think of it. A lot of times I'll look at my schedule and I'll see, oh, they sold one the day after I was there or the day I was there. So that's kind of that's my thing. That's how I do it.
Wow, that is fascinating. The physically stopping into the business. I have not heard this nearly ever where you stop in once a month to see your clients. This is fascinating. So let's take a look back at year one. Year one, talk to us about something that you look back on and you're like, I can't believe I did that. Something that makes you kind of cringe about year one in the business.
Well, my year one in the business was amazing. Incredible, and not in a good way and not in a bad way. When I was 63, I got fired after 18 years with the same company. Okay. So what I decided to do is I'm going to start my own business because no one would hire me. They all says, oh, you're a washed up 63-year-old. We don't want you. All the people I was interviewing with. So anyways, I says, well, if no one's going to hire me, I got to hire myself. But unfortunately, Billy, I had failed twice as an entrepreneur in my 40s. And so I had convinced myself I'm not an entrepreneur. And the corporate world saying I'm not a corporate employee anymore. So like, what was I going to do? So I started my own business. The first few months were impossible. Cold calls, constant rejection, rookie mistakes. I heard more no's than I ever heard, I think, in my life in a 2-month period. But as I was going through that, I thought to myself, thinking back on it, not the moment was very tough. I really believe all that resistance I was getting, all those no's, was necessary to build the mental muscles I needed to punch through that dark period of my life. Okay, within 10 months of grinding, I was suddenly making more money than my good paying 6-figure corporate salary.
That's awesome.
And that really made a difference. But those first few months, I was working 50 hours a week making $200 a month. $200 a month. I mean, that's like, because I mean, it was straight, it was my own business, straight commission. It's like, sell, make. But once I got on, it was like one of those wheels that keeps picking up speed. And it's just all of a sudden, and now it's just like, wow. I was working. I only go out once a week to see clients. That's all I do is go to see once a week. I probably put in about 20 hours a week in the business, if that much. Okay. Now,
I mean, just collecting no's is not, I mean, there has to be adjustments. Like just collecting no's is not going to work. You had to make some changes, right? Well, a quick break before we get to that next answer, because I know that answer is going to be brilliant, which is why I chose this moment to interrupt. If you love what you're seeing and you want to run your business off of warm marketing referrals, visit our website, livelocalwarmmarketing.com. It's got valuable resources, office hours, memberships, the book, an array of resources to help you get rid of cold calls, cold leads, door knocking, and run a business you can be proud of through referrals and warm marketing. Now, back to the show.
Oh yeah, every time I got a no, I learned something from that no, and I would adjust my pitch. But then I kept going back. You have to say no. I kept going. Sometimes I didn't get a yes until my 4th or 5th visit with them, but they got to know me. They got to know, and I just had to create a thick skin, and it wasn't no to me. It was just no to my pitch, and I had to adjust my pitch.
That's amazing. All right, so you're talking about now. You've worked. You've got the wheel blowing. You've got your son involved. How does your story fit the brand now?
My story and the brand are like, I actually end up writing a book about it, because that's how, basically when I got fired, I was 2 years away at 63 from being broke. If we drained all of our savings and all of our retirement, we were scheduled to be broke by 65. And I at that point, no one was hiring me. I had to start my own business. But even when I made it, even when I said, okay, I am now making more money than my good paying corporate after 10 months. I mean, I said, but no, I didn't make anything. I says, because I was making good money for almost 40 years. And look where it got me, on the verge of financial collapse. Too many entrepreneurs, they think, oh, my business is my retirement. Don't be a fool. Don't be a fool. Things happen. It's not going to be you need to have two. Don't have all your eggs in one basket. You need 2 baskets. That's what I wrote. So that's what I did. What I did is I says, I don't have time anymore to listen to theories, how to invest. So I started reading books. I read 21 books on personal finance, listened to 13 podcasts faithfully. I read blogs, newsletters. Every time I had a good idea, I put it on one piece of paper. And once one piece of paper got filled up, I said, I'm not making it more than one piece of paper. So I took the worst idea off and put a better one on. I kept refining it until it was a set it and forget it approach, because I couldn't watch Wall Street. I had a business to run. After 6 years, I hit was I thought was impossible. From terrified of being broke to a 7-figure portfolio and real financial freedom by 69. So from 63, almost broke, to 69, a millionaire, then soon shortly after that, a multimillionaire, because of my set it and forget it one-page wealth compass, which I ended up writing a book about because it was so good. I don't need the money from the book. My business is doing phenomenal. I mean, like I said, we had a record year last year, but I just feel like I want to give back. There's too many entrepreneurs who it's all about their business. No. Take a little bit of time and let's build some wealth too, just to have a backup plan, just in case.
What's the name of the book? Let's pitch the book right now.
It's called One Page Wealth Compass. You can get it at Amazon or wherever books are sold. Okay. And it was an Amazon hot new release, first week out. I mean, people are really resonating with the topic, because when it says right in the book, it says, this is the actual book. It says, fired at 63, nearly broke, stay for the millionaire by 69. It's like, wait a minute, how's that happen? And there's no hype. I do it so conservatively. My investments are the opposite of crazy, crypto kind of thing. It's opposite of that. That's opposite.
That's amazing. All right. So with all of your experience and all the different things you learned, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to talk about a marketing strategy that you love and works, and a marketing strategy you hate and you cut it as soon as you found out it didn't work.
Well, the marketing strategy that works, I think, are my multi-tiered visits. Okay. They see me in person. They get an email from me every week. Some are serious, some are funny, some are training oriented, some are, and they're all short, they're nothing long. Okay. And a lot of times when I send out those emails, sometimes I start seeing the sales click up, because, they all thought about me, and then when they got a next customer, they saw my product. Okay. And then the other thing is the postcards. I know it sounds goofy, old fashioned, but I send a postcard every month, and people, they get them, they read them, they comment about them, and that kind of thing. And that multi-tiered, constantly drip, 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 I think was one of the reasons I keep them for so long, and another reason why they keep selling for me.
That's amazing. All right, so I have a million questions about the postcards, but I also want to know what's one thing you don't do. Like you're like, hey, listen, I started doing this. I don't do it anymore. It doesn't work.
That I don't do anymore. I never use the phone ever.
Really?
No, I'll use the phone like to help existing clients.
Questions.
But I would never. I cold call in person. Again, everyone has different businesses. Mine's very local. Mine's very specialized, very niche industry, that kind of thing. But the phone is worthless for me. I got to be there in person because it's too easy to hang up.
Yes, that's true. That's true. All right, so let's go back to the postcards then. I want to know more about that. So the postcards, is it just like stuff that's going on? You do like funny things? Is it similar to like your email?
Well, I'll just show them to you. Okay, here's one postcard. A customer says he wants a discount. How to handle it? It says, if you see me talking to myself, just move along. I'm self-employed. We're having a staff meeting. That's what it says here. Okay. But then here's one from Henry Ford. It is by my observation, most people get ahead in the times others waste. These are just I know some are serious, some are not, some are training, some are, and it's just no one else is doing it. This is like from the 1950s or something like that. No one's doing it. They all send emails or whatever. I don't know what they do, but anyways, it's just multi-level types of points of contact.
Oh man, I'm loving this. All right. So talk to us now about what community means for your business. When I say community, what does that mean to you? How would you explain community in regards to your business?
Well, I feel like I've created my own community of my own clients. And although they don't know each other, they all know me. I'm the common denominator there. And the one thing I think, if you were to ask my clients, they all trust me, they all know me, and they all like me. No, I don't go out, hang out with them, that kind of thing socially, but I'm there when they need me. I'm there when they call. One of the things they say, David, you pick up the phone like always. We have other vendors. They call you back 2 days later, if they even call you back, and you just pick up the phone. Or rarely, if you don't pick up the phone, you call us right back as soon as you're free. He says that's not common among a lot of vendors out there. And so things like that. I just try to treat them like I want to be treated, I guess.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So do you have like a cutoff time where like, hey, listen, I'm not answering the phone after 6 p.m. Do you have like that personal space? What do you recommend to entrepreneurs?
I don't have a personal space time because my clients seem to respect me. If they call me like at 6:30, the first thing that's out of their mouth is, David, I'm so sorry for calling you, but I have a customer right here in front of me. And I go, hey, don't worry about it. Just call me. And I'm never say, hey, buddy, it's late. I want to go, And because I don't get that many. Most of them are respectful and just call me during business hours. But I know if they're calling me after business hours, they're in a tight bind. And it's me being willing to help them in that tight bind, I think, is another reason that they stick with me. I remember that one of the guys in my market, I just tell you a quick story. One of the guys in my market, a very direct competitor of mine. I mean, he is a ruthless type, just the classical stereotype salesman, in your face, that kind of thing. But he's successful. I mean, he's one of the most successful people in the market. He was at a convention where people from the corporate place where I get my products from saw he saw their name tags. He walked up and goes, "I hate your company." And they go, they were like startled. They go, why do you hate yourself? Hey, then he laughed. He goes, I don't really mean it that way. But that David Nassief guy, I go in to try to steal his clients. I can't steal any of his clients. What the heck is he doing? They are so loyal to him. I can't steal a single client. But that really told me, I don't have to be somebody else. I don't have to be that stereotypical salesman. I can just be me. And that's okay. And it works for me, and whatever it works for him. He's a very successful. This guy he steals a lot of people's clients. He doesn't get mine though. And it's just everyone's got their own thing, I guess.
That's amazing. All right. So the next topic, I'm going to shift gears because you already talked about move the needle. Move the needle was our next one, but you already talked about the in-person and the multi-layers. I want to know, do you also do like networking groups and like BNI stuff or chamber of commerce things? Do you ever go and do those things? Do you find success there?
It's worthless for me because my business is, I don't mean it's worth for everybody. I
hear you. I hear you.
My niche, my niche is, I'd be wasting my time spinning my wheel. So no, I don't even go to industry stuff because mine is all localized. I mean, I don't have business out of state. I don't have business in other countries. I just, everyone's got different business. Mine is very, very local, which I like and respect because the competition then is limited. I don't have people from New York trying to get into my business. I know people from California. I can compete very well I talk about my one-page wealth compass, which I have it on one piece of paper. I have a one-page agency compass for my agency. And basically what it is it tells me exactly what worked for me, what didn't work for me, and what I need to do to stay focused. That is gives me a very unfair competitive advantage. I would not want my competitors getting a hold of that, because this is years of experience that I have on one piece of paper, the most important stuff I do, so I never drop the ball on the key things that are making me money. And that is really important. Matter of fact, I would like to give, if it's okay, give your listeners a free copy of my one-page wealth compass. Here's why. Because you can take this, not only build wealth for yourself, but you can also use it to create your own one-page compass for whatever entrepreneurial business you're in. Because there are key things you need to always, I need to think, I'll never forget. You do. You get off track. You forget. Oh, geez, I forgot. I haven't done that in 6 months. That works so good for me. Well, this makes sure it doesn't happen. Go to onepagewealthcompass.com/free, download it instantly, and just look at it. And it'll help you for your wealth building, but also I really believe it'll help you with whatever your entrepreneurial business is, and it'll help both ways. Be a template.
I love that idea. So the one list, what's funny is I have a piece of paper right here, and I'm doing something similar. Like I have my one list, and I do the same thing. I actually, once something is done, cross it off, make a new list, and I do the same thing. So it's kind of, I'm going to download yours just to see so I can compare. But anyway, we're on the same page. We do a lot of the same things. It's pretty interesting. All right. So before we get to you talking about your business, where people can get more information from you, I have one last question. It's going to be, what is one thing you hate paying for?
Oh, I hate subscriptions of any kind. I have them. I don't mean like TV streaming, because I hate those. Really hate those. I have like one just so we can watch TV. But I hate the other ones. But you have to have them. Everyone's made them so you have to pay. I now have a virtual credit cards, because I was having issues with one or two clients, and I have to change my old credit card and change my vendors now. And I'm shocked how many vendors get money out of me on a regular basis because they're on this monthly thing. But obviously, if they weren't doing the job, I wouldn't be doing it. So I don't feel like I'm getting ripped off. I just wish I was on the other side and I was the one getting that money every month or whatever.
And somebody in finances like yourself, of like, if you're not immune, I worry about the rest of us. Like you're on the ball with your finances. I can only imagine how many subscriptions I've got that I don't even know about. That's pretty good. All right. So before we go, all right, one more question. I'm kind of curious too. This is a bonus question. We'll do a bonus round. So you said your son's picking up the business. Was it something that he always really wanted to do? Or is it something where like, hey, I see what dad's doing. This looks like fun. He's got a momentum going, and just kind of picked up the torch? What does it look like for you and your son?
Well, he just, he was having a little challenge with his own career at the time. And I says, why don't you come and check out my business? And he just kind of got into it. And every month, every year, he just gains more responsibility. He's been doing it for about 2.5 years now. And he's doing fantastic. I just really appreciate his help. It's allowed me to do other things I want to do, and not be so involved in the business, but still definitely be on top of everything. And when clients have a problem, they know there's only one person to call. That's me. That's okay though, because it's not like I get calls every day. It's just like, when there's an issue, I deal with it.
Is he doing it dad's way, or is he doing it his own way?
Kind of a combination.
Combination, okay. I was kind of curious, because those young ones, they pick up and they do their own thing to prove they can do it. So that's interesting. That's true. Okay, cool. So as we wrap up, where can people get a hold of you or find more information about you?
Yeah. The best place is my website, onepagewealthcompass.com. And I would just tell entrepreneurs, don't fall in the trap of putting all your eggs in one basket. There are simple ways you can put on autopilot wealth building. Literally autopilot, or it doesn't take your time. It doesn't distract from your business building. Why not have two sources? I am now making more money most years on my investments than I am in my tremendously successful business. It's making more money than ever in my life. If I didn't have that other piece, I think, oh my gosh, I'm making a ton of money, but man, there are months where I'll make 6 figures in my investments in a month. Who does that? As far as an average guy, I don't mean like the Warren Buffett's of the world. Please just download it. This doesn't cost a penny. I'm not here pitching anything. Just download it and just take a look at it. As a smart businessman, why not have another source of wealth building?
Oh yeah, I definitely am, because I'm looking for multiple streams as myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna be the first one to sign up as soon as this is over. So
Okay.
we appreciate your time and your help and your knowledge. These things are fascinating. The in-person meetings, I've never thought of that. That is really cool. And then I'm gonna download the one pager to compare it to my own. I appreciate your time today and all this knowledge. Now you got a bunch of things that I have to go do. I got some homework assignments for myself.
Well, thanks, Billy. It's been a lot of fun. I appreciate the opportunity to be here today.